All right, Laker Nation, we are back on the podcast after a few weeks. We're back talking Laker basketball with you guys with my boy Jake, and let's get into it. So we just had a game on Tuesday against the Jazz where LeBron finally returned from the injury, scored 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 12 assists. So Jake, what do you takeaways on that? What do you think? How do you think about that game?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's good to see LeBron back. I know I've been very critical of him. It's more so, kind of all these rumors about, okay, he has 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He wants stars. He wants to trade away players who are actually contributing. So that kind of, rubs me the wrong way. But as long as he's here and he's going to contribute and it's not going to be a distraction, I'm not going to have an issue with him. And I think, especially, we were talking about this off air. The thing I really liked about LeBron in this game is that he didn't try and take over. He wasn't just like, I'm LeBron James, I'm going to have the ball 100% of the time. He ends up with 12 assists, but, he really wasn't manning the floor. It was really Luka, it was Austin Reeves, it was that combo guard, look. And I think that's a sign that this can work and this can be effective. And we talked about the idea of getting Ayton would be so huge for what they have, and it really looks like it has been. So, say what you will about Rui and some of the other guys, but I think those four are consistent threats as long as LeBron, for lack of a better term, I guess, stays in his lane, and, is able to kind of be a part of something instead of trying to be all of something. And so, yeah, you got Luka doing what he's doing, 37 points. Austin Reeves, we know he can score 37 plus any game. DeAndre Ayton's been huge, not just offensively, but he's also been able to crash the boards as well. And then you have, Laravia coming off the bench and providing that spark, beyond the arc. So that's kind of where we're at right now, is that you can see this will work if LeBron continues to operate the way he's operating, or he operated in one game. So again, I know it's only one game, but definitely telling. And they scored 140 points, so not bad for LeBron's debut to score 140.
Right. I mean, like I said, as long as he, kind of like steps away from like, just being a one man show, letting the other guys do what they do, like Austin, Luka, DeAndre, Jake, all these other guys can run the show, and then LeBron's like on the side piece doing his own thing to like getting assists, rebounds, whatever he has to do, or even score if he has to. That's a good thing. But from the first half, when I saw it was a rough first half, like defensively and offensively. But that second half, you stepped up a lot in the scoring column along with defense, and then we run on one. I think went on like a 21-3 run to end that third quarter. So I'm hoping to see another one of those really good performances against the Jazz again in Utah on Sunday. So that's one of the things I'm looking for. And then, yeah, man. So LeBron's back. We have a full 15-man roster now. No one's injured. It's a full team. So now we get to see our full potential in the Laker roster. So looking forward to that after from Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal. I think when you look at everything that they have, this is a team that can win the NBA Finals, but they can also get better at the deadline as well. I think there's still spots that they can improve in. And so I'm excited to see, what comes of that. Is Gabe Vincent going to be here? Is Jackson Hayes going to be here? Is Dalton Connect going to be here? I mean, we'll find out, but they can upgrade parts of their bench, and we'll see what they end up doing. But this was a really good win for them. They improved to 11-4 on the year. They're 4-2 at home. They've been a really good road team this year. Utah hasn't been a good road team. Quite frankly, the Lakers are just better than the Jazz. But the Jazz still have their players. They still have guys like Markkanen. They still have guys like George. Ace Bailey's really solid. So there are definitely some guys that like can give you fit. So I like that they were able to win this game. They've won 9 of their last 11. And we have some news, because it wasn't just this game that happened. It was like Joey and Jesse Buss were let go. New owner Mark Walter fired them, and it wasn't like they're going to be gone after the season. It was nope, gone immediately.
Hmm.
It's interesting because I do want to give them credit for finding guys like Austin Reeves. They were part of that.
Yeah, they're a huge part of those,
But
drafts and finding guys like Austin and Caruso, like the undrafted guys from the G League and the Summer League. So huge credit to them. But like now, like you said, Mark Walters, the owner now, it's no longer a family business; it's a corporate business now, just like he is with the Dodgers. So it's a huge change for us. So we'll see what they end up doing because now Max Freeman, um, what's his name again?
Andrew
Um,
Freeman.
Andrew Freeman. Sorry. Farhan Zaidi and Andrew Freeman are two key executives with the Dodgers that are taking over the Lakers job too. So it's gonna be a whole different look in the front office now. So
Yeah. No, I think it's smart. I mean, I can't say I know what Joey and Jesse were doing. I know I wanted to give them credit for that, but I think it doesn't feel like a buddy buddy thing. It feels more like, okay, this is who Mark trusts. We're trying to get back to the glory days of the Lakers, and the Buss family had kind of run its course. I mean, if we're being honest,
yep.
it's gotten to the point where I'm sure Jerry Buss wouldn't even recognize this team at one point. So it makes sense. I'm curious to see if the Lakers get kind of that lavish lifestyle that the Dodgers have had the last 2 years and beyond. And I think they might, right? The Lakers going into that corporate space instead of a family business, there's less nepotism. Guys are essentially getting just the right guys, right? Like you're going out and getting guys that can succeed. And I understand it's a different sport, but I do have a good feeling about both Farhan and Andrew Friedman because of their body of work. And so it'll be something to monitor. It'll be something that, very much intrigues me. And it might not be something that we see immediate results for, but I think it's likely going to set them up post LeBron. And that's what I'm most excited about. So they do deserve a lot of credit. Like, again, you mentioned, Austin Reeves, of course, guys like Kyle Kuzma and Clarkson, Nance, Max Christie, all of which were parts of bigger trades that allowed better players to come in, but they were good players, right? And so it's a big deal, but they've moved in a different direction, and I can't say I blame them. So that's kind of where, we stand on that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just a whole different liquor era. I mean, we're now officially in the Mark Walter era. So whatever happens from here is all on his hands, just changing things around from from the Buss family to the corporate business of Mark Walter. So I'm expecting more changes to happen either this season or the off season. So we'll see what end up happens with the rest of the front office and all things beyond that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we definitely will. So you also wanted to discuss the Lakers in the process of adding more talent, like we had talked about.
Right.
Two-way contract for Drew Timme. Clutch Sports, of course, reported. It's interesting on that end because I remember how important he was in the tournament
for that Gonzaga team too.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like, what kind of role is he going to have? It's a two-way contract, so obviously he's going to play in South Bay, but it's a two-way contract where he's also going to get an opportunity with the Lakers. So they've had success with these moves in the past. They've had a lot of success. So I'm curious, what comes of that. I don't know what your thoughts are on Drew Timme, but that'll be interesting.
I mean, honestly, I haven't really watched him that much playing in like the G League or the NBA. Like, he's been playing for the last few years, but I've watched a few of the games that he played in Gonzaga in like the March Madness tournament. So I mean, yeah, if you can like fit in with the guys and play a good role in the center position and play like your basketball, then I'm all for it. But so apparently to make room for him, they have to waive Christian Coloco or Chris Mannion. So they'll be their decision soon to do that. So we'll see what happens with the end of the result and then go from there.
Yeah, just to give you kind of an idea, I mean, Timmy, hasn't played a ton of games, only 2 starts in his career, 9 games last year for Brooklyn. 12.1 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 44 from the field, and below 30% from three. So it is interesting. It's going to bolster that depth for sure. Like what are we going to see? Because he's already doing really well in South Bay. So he was
Right.
he was the player of the week. But now he's signing a two-way contract. So like at some point or another, you're gonna see him with the Lakers, and that's interesting because I mean South Bay is undefeated right now. He's had 3 straight 20-point games. He had a 30-point performance. He's averaging 30 points right now, 7 rebounds and 4.7 assists in 34, minutes.
Yeah, he's been going off for
He could
sure.
end up helping. I mean, the G League isn't like the minor leagues in baseball. Normally these guys don't really, whatever, but I think he could end up being a part of this. And I don't look at this Laker bench, and I'm not looking at like Kleba and saying, yeah, like he's 100% better than what Timmy could provide. I actually would disagree.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of cases, it's just these guys just kind of stick because it's comfortability. But like, I would rather have him over Manny, and I'd rather have him over Kleba. I mean, that's personally how I feel. So hopefully he gets an opportunity and soon. It sounds like it's heading in that direction to get that two-way contract. Good on the Lakers. Really didn't waste much time rewarding a player who is playing very well in the opportunities given in the G League.
Right, I agree. I mean, like I said before, like I feel like we need more centers. I mean, yes, we have Koloko, but like I said, he's all right, but I feel like he has to build more in muscle and like just be big. And I think one of the reasons why we're signing Timmy for two-way is just to kind of compare him to Koloko and Mannion, and end up cutting one of them to replace him. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully can make an impact with like other center position being like the third option between Jackson and DeAndre. So hopefully that's gonna be a good fit for him, and then hopefully going forward we can keep him if he's good. So
Yeah, and so they're not going to be cutting Nick Smith Jr. from the sound of it. So it'll
yeah,
either be
he's a
Koloko
dog,
or
man. He's a dog. I remember the last game. I think 2 weeks ago against Portland, he was going off when Austin and Luca were out. So
yeah,
he definitely deserved to stay on that roster for sure.
yeah. No, I don't think they should get rid of him at all. Koloko, it's just that body composition. I just think he's too thin. I don't think it
Right,
works, and they already
right.
have guys like that. I mean, Jared Vanderbilt's kind of built like that, right? So it is what it is, but that's kind of where I'm at on that one. And then Chris Mannion will probably be the one that is waived. You know,
Yeah, yeah. We'll see
it,
though.
he's kind of just a guy, for lack of a better
Right.
term. But upcoming, the Lakers do have the Jazz yet again this Sunday. Wild, like just whoever scheduled this week, I want to know what they were thinking.
We
Weird
got
week.
we got one game 5 days later of off, and then we were playing right again in Utah. I mean, it happened a few times last year, but it was in San Antonio or whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I just part of the scheduling. But
It's weird.
um, yeah, and then we had the Clippers on Tuesday for another NBA Cup game. Big game, by the way. Friday against the Mavs back at home. Another big game, obviously, because Mavs, Lakers. And then Sunday to end the month will be Pelicans against the Lakers. So it's a few games we can talk about and see what's up with it. So, what are your thoughts about the Jazz game coming up on Sunday?
Yeah, I don't think the Jazz are very good. So I think that's a potential, easy win for the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we, play like we did Tuesday, and then just keep the same composure, same mental, and same way we play, then it'll be easy W. But that team proved that that's some pretty good players on that team. So we just gotta watch film and see what they did, and then just learn from it, and then get the W from there, and then yeah.
And then you have an 11 p.m. game, which
Yeah,
is
yeah, that's wild. I mean, for the East Coast, for me, I don't know how you're gonna do that, man, because you're in New York, I'm in LA, so it's gonna be a little different for both of us. But I've never seen an 8 p.m. game here in LA ever, actually. So it's pretty interesting here. So
I don't know what
yeah,
they were thinking with this. It's going to be on NBC. I don't.
Peacock, NBC. Yeah, I mean, it's like the new TNT, because they kind of replaced it. So
Yeah, it's weird, but anyway, yeah, that game I mean, they're the inverse teams, right? The Lakers are 11-4. The Clippers are 4-11. Like right now, the way everything is setting up, the Lakers, I mean, the Mavericks aren't good, right? The Pelicans, they're horrendous. They're somehow the worst team they're going to play in that run.
Right.
The Lakers aren't going to play a plus 500 team until December 1st against the Suns. So, I mean, say what you will, but the Lakers got through a decent portion of like early on some of the tougher teams they're going to play. And now, like, you know, Toronto's 10-5. Phoenix is above 500. Boston's above 500. And Philadelphia is good. They're above 500. So you're going to go on a little bit of a run here where you play some really bad teams. And then you're going to be playing 4 straight above 500 teams that I think you're better than. I mean, think about this right now. Who is better than the Los Angeles Lakers right now? If you really look, OKC, right? The Pistons are somehow 13-2.
Yeah, they're playing good this season so far.
The Nuggets are 11-3. Houston is 10-3. San Antonio's 11-4. That's it. And I'm not saying that San Antonio's better than the Lakers. The Lakers are 11-4. But if you look right now, there's just not a lot of teams that are better than the Lakers. And I think a big reason is because of their road record. They're so good on the road. They're 7-2 on the road. The only one who's better is OKC at 8-1.
8-1. Yeah.
So you're talking about a team that can win outside of their habitat, and they haven't even been 100% most of the season. So say what you will, like no LeBron James until their 15th game of the year. And Luka missed some time, and Reeves missed some time. They've been dealing with injuries, and yet they still keep trucking along, and they're winning basketball games. And so it's a really good sign for them.
Honestly, man, it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I've been saying this before, like the schedule kind of gave us some, you know, a little kind of easy teams. I mean, I wouldn't say easy, but like easier teams to start off with, maybe warm up a little bit, and then once we play those big teams, we can have like a full roster, like now we do to play, like, you know, OKC again, Denver, Houston, all the really good teams. So I think that easy schedule kind of, you know, helped us like develop chemistry and whatnot to, like, you know, play other teams soon. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, the NBA Cup, there's only a few teams, a handful of teams, 2-0. It's the Raptors, it's the Pistons, the Magic, the Bucks, the Timberwolves, the Lakers, the Clippers, and that's it. So the Clippers turn it on in the NBA Cup. So, you know, maybe that's a game, but I think the Lakers are likely going to win the NBA Cup.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. I mean, we won that first one in like 2 years ago. I was actually there in Vegas to watch that game.
Hell yeah.
You know, it was cool and all, but I mean, like we said before, I mean, it's the NBA Cup. It's not like an NBA championship, like, you know, they're trying to go for it, but yeah, you know, just treat every game like it is a regular season game, and then just go from there. And then if it happens, we win it, then we win it. If not, then whatever, we move on. But you know, that's just the NBA nowadays. So
yeah. And by the way, the Pistons have won 11 straight. They're the hottest team in basketball. So
that's insane.
I know.
Yeah,
and you look at their roster and you're like, I can see why they'd be good. I can't see why they're 13-2. I mean,
have they been playing good teams? I mean, honestly, I haven't been really paying attention to who they played or not, but
I mean, they beat the 76ers twice. They beat the Celtics. I mean, they lost to the Bulls to start the year.
Right.
And then they lost to the Cavs, and then they won 11 straight.
Insane. That's insane. Yeah. Man,
it's hard to do that regardless, but Cade Cunningham obviously is a big reason. Jalen Duren. And then Osar Thompson as well. So
right.
Yeah, they got guys. You know, they have a lot of guys. They have Duren. Duren is actually scoring 20+ a game. Tobias Harris is there, Duncan Robinson, Denise Jenkins, and Isaiah Stewart. They have
that was
8 guys in double digits.
Right.
So
and then to possibly add to those guys, I saw rumors this morning on Twitter where like they're possibly trying to get AD from the Mavs via trade. So I mean, we'll see if that happens. Hopefully not. But Mark Cuban said that they're not looking to trade AD, so we'll see what happens. So I mean, I don't think it'll happen, but I don't think it will. No.
Yeah, we'll see. Any final thoughts before we head on out of here?
No, you're good, man. Honestly, I think we covered everything today. Like I said, we had a 5 game break, so there's not really much to talk about today. But how we look at these comments, man. Let's see what these see what Laker fans are talking about on the comments right here. Let's see.
Yeah. So Diligent Yeti is saying I live in Utah, would have gotten so much crap if the Lakers would have lost to the Jazz. Well, didn't happen. Hey guys, thoughts on the office clean out that Mark Walter has been doing the last couple days?
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
like I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I mean, like I said earlier, it's not a family business no more. It's a corporate business, like Mark Walter does for the Dodgers, and now he's with the Lakers. So I'm all for it. I think it's gonna be a really good thing for us and moving on, and I think it really very beneficial too. So
Yep. And then Diligent Yeti is asking me if the Rams are screwed without Quentin Lake. No, but I mean it sucks. It hurts for sure.
yeah,
Falco, while it sucks losing especially Jesse Buss because of what talent he found in the draft, I think Walter putting in guys who he trusts and are proven to do well is huge. I agree with that. I mean, it's kind of a bittersweet thing because Walter has a plan, and there's kind of a proven track record with some of the guys he's bringing in, but at the same time, it sucks because it feels like while nepotism is absolutely real, and I understand people demonize it, it's not always terrible, especially if guys do the job. And I think Jesse Buss is actually the opposite of what you would just assume nepotism is. Like, now, if you want to talk about what's his face, the first Buss, Jim Buss, who just
but
thought
don't get me
he
started
was,
with him, man.
yeah, I mean that is nepotism. He had no idea what he was doing. He would never be in that position without the Buss name. But Jesse actually knew what he was doing, so that's kind of a bummer for sure. But I think it'll work out. BC Smith Jr. hitting threes. Only other guys doing that are Laravia and Rui. Yeah, it does feel like they're going to have to add somebody at the deadline to shoot. So we'll see what ends up happening there. The worst is when teams play the same opponents in consecutive games. No idea what the logic is behind that. That is a traveling nightmare, so I don't get it.
I always have 5 days off, so that's cool.
You going to SoFi on Sunday?
I will be there. I'll be at the tailgates around like 1-2 p.m. So catch me there. I'll be at La Ramalia and Rams Empire. So come pull up on me. I'll be there.
Nice. I will not be there. I'll be in upstate New York, but I'll be there in week 15 against the Lions, to be fair. So
I'll see you there.
Hell yeah. Lakers on pace for 60 wins. Yeah, they're on a tear right now. We got to see if they'll keep it up, but Suns should be back under 500 by then. Had the easiest strength of schedule to start the season. BC's on it. BC is on it.
BC knows what you're talking about, yeah.
A lot of Rams comments here. I got the Rams 34-21 over the Bucks.
I'll say the same thing. I'll just say a win.
BC, now the Suns about to play the Wolves, Spurs, Rockets, and Thunder in the next 5. Yeah, he's right. They're going below 500. And then BC, Lions game expensive. I'm seeing them play the Cardinals for like $45. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Leave a comment, whatever it is. We'll appreciate it. But that's going to do it for us.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, Ethan_Shiraz. You can follow him, JK Bogan. Twitter, Ethan Shiraz 24. You can follow him at JK Bogan also. And then see you guys next week.
Hell yeah.